Our planet pulsates with life, a symphony of creatures great and small. From the soaring heights of the Himalayas to the deepest trenches of the ocean, life finds a way. Each species a unique thread, woven into the intricate tapestry of life. But today this precious legacy faces unprecedented threats, pushing countless species towards the brink. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, they all depend on the delicate balance of nature. Deforestation tears through rainforests, depriving countless species of their homes. Oceans, once teeming with life, are now polluted with plastic and choked by rising temperatures. The time to act is now, to protect our planet's incredible biodiversity before it's too late. Across the globe, a passionate and dedicated community is rising to the challenge. Scientists, conservationists, and local communities are working tirelessly to protect endangered species and their habitats. From tracking endangered tigers through dense jungles to monitoring whale populations in vast oceans, their work is both challenging and rewarding. They are working to restore degraded habitats, combat climate change, and promote sustainable practices that ensure the well-being of both wildlife and people. Protecting our planet's wildlife is not just the responsibility of a few dedicated individuals. It's a shared responsibility that falls on all of us. By understanding the threats facing our planet's wildlife and supporting conservation efforts, we can all contribute to a future where both people and nature can thrive. This is a call to action, an invitation to join the global movement to protect our planet's precious biodiversity. Wildlife conservation transcends borders, demanding a unified global response. International agreements, like the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna, provide a framework for cooperation and action. These international collaborations are crucial in addressing transboundary conservation challenges, such as the illegal wildlife trade, which often spans continents. By working together, nations can share knowledge, resources, and expertise, creating a stronger force for protection. Organizations like the Wildlife Conservation Society and the World Wildlife Fund work on the ground, partnering with local communities, governments, and other stakeholders to protect endangered species and their habitats. One of the most effective ways to protect wildlife is through the establishment of protected areas. National parks, wildlife reserves, and marine sanctuaries provide safe havens for countless species, shielding them from habitat loss, poaching, and other threats. Forests, for example, act as carbon sinks, absorbing and storing vast amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Moreover, protected areas offer opportunities for scientific research, allowing us to better understand and conserve the natural world. The illegal wildlife trade, driven by demand for exotic pets, traditional medicine, and luxury goods, poses a grave threat to many species. Criminal networks traffic animals and their parts across borders, pushing some species towards the brink of extinction. Combating this illicit trade requires a multi-pronged approach, including strengthening law enforcement, reducing demand for illegal wildlife products, and providing alternative livelihoods for those involved in poaching. By sharing intelligence, coordinating law enforcement efforts, and harmonizing legislation, nations can effectively combat this global threat. In the digital age, technology has emerged as a powerful tool for conservation. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras and sensors are used to monitor wildlife populations, track animal movements, and detect poaching activities in remote areas. Satellite imagery and remote sensing technologies allow scientists to monitor deforestation rates, track changes in land use, and identify areas in need of protection. By harnessing the power of technology, we can enhance our efforts to protect our planet's precious biodiversity. In the heart of Kenya, where the savannah stretches as far as the eye can see, the Maasai people have lived in harmony with nature for generations. Recognizing the importance of community involvement, conservation organizations are partnering with the Maasai, to establish community conservancies. These conservancies, owned and managed by the Maasai, provide a sustainable model for conservation, balancing the needs of wildlife with the livelihoods of local communities. Through tourism revenue and sustainable land management practices, the Maasai are incentivized to protect their natural heritage. The Northern Rangelands Trust supports a network of over 30 community conservancies in northern Kenya, covering an area larger than Switzerland. By empowering local communities and providing them with the resources and support they need, we can create a sustainable future for both people and wildlife. The Amazon rainforest, the lungs of our planet, is facing unprecedented threats from deforestation, mining, and agricultural expansion. Yet, amidst these challenges, indigenous communities are leading the way in restoring degraded lands, drawing upon their ancestral knowledge and deep connection to nature. The Kayapo people of Brazil, for example, have been practicing sustainable forest management for centuries. Through their efforts, they are not only restoring biodiversity, but also mitigating climate change by sequestering carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Their traditional knowledge of medicinal plants is also proving valuable in modern medicine, highlighting the importance of preserving indigenous cultures and their connection to nature. Their efforts demonstrate that by learning from the past and working together, we can restore balance to our planet and create a sustainable future for all. High in the rainforests of the Philippines soars a majestic raptor, the Philippine eagle, a symbol of the country's rich biodiversity. With a wingspan of up to 7 feet, it is one of the largest and most powerful eagles in the world, but habitat loss, hunting, and the illegal pet trade have pushed this magnificent creature to the brink of extinction. In response to this crisis, the Philippine Eagle Foundation, PEF, has been working tirelessly since 1969 to protect this iconic species. Through captive breeding programs, they have successfully released several eagles back into the wild, giving hope for the species' survival. The PEF also works closely with local communities, providing alternative livelihood opportunities and promoting responsible forest management practices. By protecting the Philippine eagle, we are not only safeguarding a magnificent creature, but also preserving the rich biodiversity of the Philippine rainforests for generations to come. As cities expand and human populations grow, urban areas are increasingly becoming home to a surprising diversity of wildlife. From peregrine falcons nesting on skyscrapers to coyotes roaming parks and alleyways, wildlife is adapting to life in the concrete jungle. Creating wildlife-friendly cities requires careful planning and community involvement. Green spaces, such as parks, gardens, and green roofs, provide essential habitat and corridors for wildlife movement. Education and outreach programs play a crucial role in promoting understanding and tolerance for our urban wildlife neighbors. By embracing coexistence and implementing wildlife-friendly practices, we can create cities where both people and wildlife can thrive. Our planet is a masterpiece of interconnectedness, a complex web of life woven together by millions of species, each playing a vital role. Biodiversity, the variety of life on Earth, encompasses not just the number of species but also the diversity within species and the intricate relationships between them. From the smallest insects to the largest whales, every living organism contributes to the health and functioning of ecosystems. These ecosystems, in turn, provide us with essential services, such as clean air and water, fertile soils, and climate regulation, upon which our very survival depends. Each species, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, plays a crucial role in maintaining the web of life. Nature provides us with a wealth of benefits, often referred to as ecosystem services, that are essential for human well-being and economic prosperity. Forests, for example, act as carbon sinks, absorbing and storing vast amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, mitigating climate change. Pollinators, such as bees, butterflies, and birds, play a crucial role in agriculture, ensuring the production of fruits, vegetables, and other crops that form the foundation of our diets. Wetlands act as natural sponges, absorbing excess rainfall and reducing the risk of floods, while also filtering pollutants and improving water quality. Recognizing the true value of ecosystem services is crucial for promoting sustainable practices that conserve biodiversity and ensure the long-term well-being of both people and the planet. Scientists warn that we are currently in the midst of a sixth mass extinction event, driven primarily by human activities. Unlike previous extinction events caused by natural phenomena, the current crisis is directly attributable to habitat loss, climate change, pollution, invasive species, and overexploitation of natural resources. The rate of species extinction is now estimated to be 1,000 to 10,000 times higher than the natural background rate, a pace unprecedented in human history. Addressing this crisis requires a fundamental shift in our relationship with nature, a move towards sustainable practices that value and conserve biodiversity. Protecting our planet's biodiversity is not just a moral imperative, it is essential for our own survival and the well-being of future generations. By supporting conservation organizations, reducing our ecological footprint, making conscious consumer choices, and advocating for policies that protect nature, we can all contribute to a more sustainable future. Education is paramount in fostering a sense of stewardship for the natural world. Let us work together to protect our planet's irreplaceable biodiversity and create a future where both people and nature can thrive in harmony. Like a rising tide, climate change is reshaping our planet, leaving no ecosystem untouched. The impacts are far-reaching, from rising sea levels swallowing coastal habitats to altered weather patterns disrupting animal migrations and breeding cycles. For wildlife already struggling to survive in fragmented habitats, climate change is an additional burden they can ill afford. Warming oceans threaten coral reefs, intricate underwater cities that support a quarter of all marine species. As temperatures rise, corals expel the symbiotic algae that give them their vibrant colors, leading to bleaching and ultimately, death. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions through a transition to renewable energy sources, sustainable land management practices, and responsible consumption patterns is paramount to curbing this global threat. Forests, once vast and teeming with life, are disappearing at an alarming rate. Driven by agriculture, logging, and mining, deforestation decimates habitats, pushing species towards extinction. The Amazon, the planet's lungs, has lost nearly 20% of its forest cover. As trees fall, so do the symphonies of life they harbor. Orangutans now cling to shrinking forest fragments. Their loss is a stark reminder of our interconnectedness with nature. Deforestation releases carbon dioxide, worsening climate change. Protecting forests and restoring lands is crucial for our planet. Support sustainable practices and policies to curb this crisis. In the shadows of the legal economy lurks a sinister trade, one that threatens to silence some of the world's most iconic species. Driven by greed and fueled by demand for exotic pets, traditional medicine, and luxury goods, the illegal wildlife trade is a multi-billion-dollar industry, pushing countless species towards the brink of extinction. Elephants, hunted for their ivory tusks, are being poached at an alarming rate, their populations decimated by the insatiable demand for this luxury item. Rhinos, targeted for their horns, which are falsely believed to have medicinal properties, are also facing a poaching crisis. The illegal wildlife trade not only threatens species but also undermines conservation efforts, fuels corruption, and destabilizes communities. Strengthening law enforcement, reducing demand for illegal wildlife products, and providing alternative livelihoods for those involved in poaching are crucial steps in combating this global threat. Raising awareness about the devastating impacts of the illegal wildlife trade and encouraging people to make ethical choices are essential for curbing this destructive industry. Securing a future for wildlife. The challenges facing wildlife are complex, but there is hope. Individuals, communities, and governments are working tirelessly to protect endangered species and restore habitats. The time for complacency is over. We must act now to secure a future where wildlife can thrive. Section 1, Our Legacy, Our Responsibility. Our planet's wildlife is both incredibly resilient and profoundly vulnerable. Human actions have devastating impacts, from deforestation to bleached coral reefs. Yet amidst these challenges, hope persists. Conservationists work tirelessly, protecting species and restoring habitats. It is our responsibility to protect this legacy for future generations. The time for action is now. Section 2, A Tapestry Worth Preserving. The diversity of life on Earth is the foundation of our planet's health and resilience. Each species plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems. The loss of even a single species can weaken the entire fabric. Imagine a world without coral reefs, the roar of lions, or birdsong filling the air. These losses represent a fundamental unraveling of the natural world. Biodiversity enriches our lives in countless ways. Nature provides solace, inspiration, and wonder. In the quiet of a forest, the sight of a whale breaching or a butterfly dancing among flowers, we reconnect with nature. Protecting biodiversity is about preserving the natural world for generations to come. Section 3, Choose Hope, Choose Action. The challenges facing our planet's wildlife can feel overwhelming, but we must not succumb to despair. Every action, no matter how small, can make a difference. By making conscious choices, we can create a ripple effect of positive change. Support companies committed to environmental responsibility, reduce single-use plastics, adopt a plant-based diet, or reduce meat consumption. Small steps can collectively reduce our impact on the planet. Get involved in conservation efforts. Support organizations protecting endangered species and restoring habitats. Volunteer at a local park or wildlife refuge. Educate yourself and others about biodiversity. Above all, never lose hope. The future of our planet's wildlife is not predetermined. We all have a role in shaping a sustainable and hopeful future. Let us be the generation that protects our planet's biodiversity for generations to come.